section. If you do, please state your name and address. Thank you.
Mike Dumovic, 1833 Tulip Lane. Question. This is in the wake of the railroad derailment that happened in Ohio. Does Munster have an evacuation plan if something similar should happen here? Where can I find a copy of it just to see what it says?
It's in our emergency action plan.
Okay, thank you. That's fine, but thank you.
Yeah. Just so everybody could hear that was a Fire Chief Mark Hydu that says in our emergency action plan, and he will get Mike Dumovich a copy. Very good. Is there anybody else here in the public that would like to speak in front of the council? Seeing no one else, we will move, close the public comment section, and we'll move to the consent agenda.
President, I move we accept the consent agenda.
I'll second the motion.
There is a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Counselor Schoen.
Yes.
Counselor Mellon.
Yes.
Counselor Gardner.
Yes. There is no old business, which moves us into the new business section. There's a proposal for great news. There is a memo that's in front of the council with a recommendation to authorize the town manager to engage with Great News Life for initial cost not to exceed $6,600.
Mr. President, so moved.
There's a motion.
I'll second the motion.
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Counselor Schoen.
Yes.
Counselor Mellon.
Yes.
Counselor Gardner.
Yes. Next on the agenda is ordinance 1895. This is for first read. This is amendment number 1 to the 2023 salary ordinance. There is a memo from the clerk treasurer, Wendy Miss, and from the chief Shekel. Is there anything that you want to add, clerk treasurer Miss?
No, this is just, the school town of Munster has, is paying 100% of the resource officer, and this is creating a space for them. And then there's some Scrivener corrections and adjustments that we need to make as well.
Very good. I'm sorry.
It's not, I was just looking. It's not in my.
That's chief's memo.
So Chief wrote a memo, the clerk treasurer wrote a memo, and then the ordinance was,
And just let it go.
and then here's the ordinance, Leanne. Can you see it on the screen?
Yeah, I've read, but I just, it was just missing on mine. I don't know, I must pull up before they updated.
Oh, okay. It's updated on the screen.
Yeah. The ordinance is,
1895.
I move that we, hear ordinance 1895 on first reading, set for a public hearing at our next meeting, which is March 6th,
Second reading.
or second reading on March 6th, 2023.
There's a motion to accept and second from Ken Schoen. Okay. Any discussion? Very good. Seeing none, roll call, please.
Counselor Schoen.
Yes.
Counselor Mellon.
Yes.
Counselor Gardner.
Yes. Moving along to ordinance 1896. This is the ordinance amending vehicle towing and impounding regulations within the town of Munster. Since this is a little bit to do with some chapter codes and things like that, Attorney Westland, anything to add to this or a little background?
Sure. Although I will say you limited me to 2 minutes. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it in 2 minutes. but I'll
Okay,
try.
you can go to 3 minutes then.
So this ordinance generally speaking, authorizes the towing of vehicles at Centennial Park by our private contractor. And in order to do that, and it sets a parameter by which they can be towed, and it also let me begin by saying it has nothing to do with the police power to tow, and this is a function of that contract with the parking meter company at Centennial. So this is separate and distinct from the police power to tow. But what it does is it first defines an abandoned vehicle as someone who's had 4 or more violations of the parking meter. So the way it'll work is after the 4th violation unpaid, that person will receive a notice that they could be subject to being towed if they would park there again and not pay. So the ordinance sets forth that definition of an abandoned vehicle as a 4 violations plus a notice. And again, we're only talking about public property. We're not talking about private property. So, and then it gives in the section 54, it gives the, I'm sorry, 5474, gives the authority specifically to our contractor at Centennial, the authority then, after that procedure has been followed, to then tow.
Very good. Thank you, David.
Does this need 2 readings?
Yes, it does.
Then I move that we hear ordinance 1896, amending vehicle towing and impoundment regulations, and set the vote for our next meeting, March 6th.
I'll second the motion.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Any other questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Counselor Schoen.
Yes.
Counselor Mellon.
Yes.
Counselor Gardner.
Yes. Moving on to the purchase of a 2023 attenuator trailer with lighted arrow bridge aboard sign. My apologies. Is there anything to add? There's a recommendation from staff on the memo from Director of Public Works Steve Gunty. Anything to add?
No, this is just a good safety measure for us to have available.
Is
Steve?
Director of Public Works online?
He
there
is
anything you'd
online.
like to add?
Steve, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Thank you, Jill and Council President. Nothing to add. We certainly appreciate the council's investment in our equipment and vehicles at Public Works. And this is the first that we've had of this type of safety trailer that really has the potential to save lives of both our crew that if we were involved in an unfortunate accident being hit by an errant motorist, and also the life of the motorists themselves. It's a built-in crumple zone within the trailer. The more expensive models can absorb heavier hits. This one is rated, we felt, for the type of speed limits that would be achieved on our streets. And the trailer itself is the crumple zone. Once it's hit, it absorbs the energy. It crumples up almost in the form of spaghetti, where the frame starts to disintegrate. Everything stays within the frame itself, so there's no shooting fragments. It's a very safe device. The NDOT uses versions of this on the interstates. So thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Director of Public Works Steve Gunty.
Mr. President, I move that we approve purchase from Highway Safety Specialist of a new 2023 Gregory TTMA 200 attenuator with light package for $22,000.
I second that motion.
There's a motion, a second, any other discussion?
Except to say it looks like a wise move, a wise purchase.
In fact, I saw this morning along Calumet Avenue, we had Public Works vehicle, and instead of the impact attenuator trailer like it's shown here, they had a dump truck that was parked behind that as a safety vehicle. So it is something that we're currently using a different type, but this is a much safer option. Very good. No further discussion. Roll call, please.
Counselor Schoen.
Yes.
Counselor Mellon.
Yes.
Counselor Gardner.
Yes. Then we move along to the SCH engineering design for 2023 paving and water main replacement proposal. Deputy Town Manager D. Tomaso, anything to add to the letter that's in front of us?
This is just the engineering work for our next group of streets that we applied for in January. We don't know that we have the funding yet, but we need to be proactive about getting the design ready to go so we can bid as soon as we get the award.
Very good. I think on page 4 now, but I blacked out now.
There is a map in there if you, yeah, thanks.
We approve the engineering design for the 2023 paving and water replacement. CCMG 23-4.
I think what we want to do though, is let's put in there, in phase one, the complete work is $75,200. In task two is not to exceed $37,100 without prior authorization from the town of Munster.
No.
Okay, so that motion's been amended to say those terminology.
I will second the motion, the amended motion.
Very good. There's a motion, a second. Any further discussion? When will we find out if we received money from the state with the CCMG money?
We don't, there's no set like schedule, but it's usually 3 months after the call closes. So I'm expecting by April, we'll have a notice of award.
Very good. Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Counselor Schoen.
Yes.
Counselor Mellon.
Yes.
Counselor Gardner.
Yes. Okay, and then the last item on the agenda, item F, agreement for professional service for on-call engineering services. Is there anything to add, Deputy Town Manager DiTomaso, to this memo?
No.
There is a recommendation at the bottom.
Mr. President, I move that we authorize the town manager to enter into the agreement for professional services for on-call engineering services with BMC LLC.
I second that motion.
There's a very good. There's a motion, a second, any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Counselor Schoen.
Yes.
Counselor Mellon.
Yes.
Counselor Gardner.
Yes.
Excellent.
Then we move into reports. Are there any reports or portfolio reports from the council? No. Seeing none. Then our next announcements, all our town council meetings do start at 7 p.m. unless otherwise noted. Our next two town council meetings, one that is listed is March 6, 2023. And then the next meeting will be the third Monday as regularly scheduled, March 20th, 2023. Seeing nothing else on the agenda, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned, and we'll move into very shortly our redevelopment commission meeting with Mr. Castro.
Your timing was
How about that?
Every
once in a while. Okay, we will move into, I'll call the order, the redevelopment commission regular meeting on February 20th to order. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Schoen.
Present.
Commissioner Mellon.
Present.
Commissioner Tulowitzki. Commissioner Kulturitis. And Commissioner Gardner.
Present.
We also have our liaison to the school board, Old Town of Munster, Mr. John Castro. Welcome, John.
Very much.
Nice to see you.
Very good. After roll call, there is a public comment section to the redevelopment commission. Is there anyone here that would like to speak to the redevelopment commission? Seeing none, we'll move into the consent agenda.
You want to do it this time?
I move that we accept the consent agenda as presented.
And I'll second that.
There's a motion, a second, any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Schoen.
Yes.
Commissioner Mellon.
Yes.
Commissioner Gardner.
Yes. And there is no old business, no reports, new reports, and no reports, or no new business, no reports. Any announcements? Seeing none, entertain a motion for adjournment.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor, say aye. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much. And I think